I never thought buying eggs at Walmart could cause so much drama in my life. But I was about to learn a lesson about the power of Karen. It was a typical Saturday morning, and I had a list of groceries to pick up. As I walked down the aisle of the Walmart, I grabbed a dozen eggs and placed them in my cart. I didn't think twice about it. After all, eggs were a staple in my diet, and Walmart had the best prices. But then I heard a shrill voice behind me. "You should be ashamed of yourself." I turned around to see a woman in her late 40s, with a short haircut and an angry expression on her face. She was pointing at the eggs in my cart. "What's wrong?" I asked, genuinely confused. "Don't you know that buying eggs from Walmart is evil?" She screeched. "Walmart is the devil, and you're supporting him by buying eggs here." I was taken aback. I had never heard of such a thing. "What are you talking about?" I asked. "Have you ever heard of factory farms?" She demanded. I had, vaguely. I knew they were large-scale operations that produce meat and dairy products, but I didn't know much beyond that. "Well, Walmart buys eggs from factory farms," the woman said, her voice dripping with contempt. "And those farms are cruel to animals. They keep them in tiny cages, and they don't let them move around or see the sun. It's inhumane." I didn't know what to say. I had no idea that the eggs I bought could be tied to animal cruelty. "But I need eggs for my diet," I said, trying to reason with her. "There are other places to buy eggs," she snapped. "Places that don't support factory farms. Like the farmer's market or Whole Foods. But no, you had to come here, to Walmart, and support the devil." I started to feel angry. Who was this woman to judge me for buying eggs at Walmart? And why was she yelling at me in the middle of the store? "I don't appreciate being yelled at," I said, my voice rising. "And I don't appreciate you trying to make me feel guilty for buying eggs. If you have a problem with Walmart, take it up with them. Don't take it out on me." I felt a surge of anger. How dare she accuse me of not caring? I cared about animals and the planet. But I also had to eat, and I couldn't afford to shop at fancy stores like Whole Foods. Walmart was the only option for me. "I care about the planet and animals," I said, my voice shaking. "But I also care about my own survival. I can't afford to shop at expensive stores. I have to do what's best for me." The woman scoffed. "Typical selfish millennial," she muttered under her breath. That was it. I had had enough. I turned my cart around and walked away, ignoring the woman's angry protests. As I left the store, I couldn't help but feel angry and frustrated. Who was this woman to judge me for buying eggs at Walmart? And why did she feel the need to yell at me in public? But most importantly, I wouldn't let Karen get under my skin. She might think she's better than me, but I know the truth. I'm just a regular person trying to get by in a complicated world. And there's nothing wrong with that. I couldn't believe it. It had only been a week since the first encounter with Karen at Walmart, and here she was again, standing in front of me, scowling with disapproval. I tried to ignore her and continue down the aisle, picking up the items on my grocery list. But Karen wasn't going to let me go that easily. "I see you're still buying eggs from Walmart," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. I turned to face her, feeling a sense of déjà vu. "What's it to you?" I asked, trying to keep my tone neutral. "Don't you care about animal welfare?" she demanded, pointing at the eggs in my cart. "I do care," I said, feeling a twinge of guilt. "But I also have to eat. And Walmart is the only option for me." "That's not true," Karen said, her voice rising. "You could go to the farmer's market or Whole Foods. There are plenty of places that sell eggs from free-range chickens. But no, you choose to support a corporation that profits off the suffering of animals." I could feel my blood pressure rising. Why did Karen feel the need to harp on me about this? I wasn't hurting anyone by buying eggs from Walmart. And I couldn't afford to shop at fancy stores like Whole Foods. "Look, I appreciate your concern," I said, trying to end the conversation. "But I have to do what's best for me. And right now, that means buying eggs from Walmart." Karen huffed in frustration. "Typical selfish millennial," she muttered under her breath. I felt a surge of anger. How dare she judge me like that? I was just trying to get by in a complicated world. I'm not being selfish, I said, my voice rising. I'm being practical. I can't afford to shop at expensive stores. And I need to eat. So I buy what I can afford. Karen shook her head in disbelief. You're missing the bigger picture, she said. By supporting Walmart, you're contributing to a system that's destroying the planet and hurting innocent animals. You're part of the problem. I rolled my eyes. Here we go again. I'm not part of any problem, I said, feeling my patience wearing thin. I'm just trying to live my life. And if that means buying eggs from Walmart, so be it. Karen let out a frustrated sigh. You just don't get it, do you? She said, throwing up her hands in exasperation. You're so wrapped up in your own little world that you can't see the bigger picture. You're contributing to the destruction of our planet, and you don't even care. I felt a pang of guilt. Was Karen right? Was I really contributing to the destruction of the planet by buying eggs from Walmart? But then I shook my head. No, that was ridiculous. Karen was just being dramatic. I wasn't hurting anyone by buying eggs from Walmart. And I had to eat. I care about the planet, I said, trying to reason with her. But I also have to eat. And Walmart is the only option for me. So please, just leave me alone. But Karen wasn't going to let it go. You're wrong, she said, her voice rising. You're making a mistake. And you'll regret it one day. I felt a surge of anger. Who was Karen to judge me like this? I didn't need her approval or her opinion. I was my own person, and I could make my own decisions. Look, I appreciate your concern, I said, trying to end the conversation. But I'm going to buy eggs from Walmart. And there's nothing you can do about it. Karen shook her head in frustration. You're so stubborn, she said, her voice tinged with annoyance. You'll never see the error of your ways. And that's a shame. I rolled my eyes and turned my cart around, walking away from Karen as quickly as I could. I didn't want to deal with her judgmental attitude anymore. I decided then and there that I wouldn't let Karen get the best of me. I would continue to buy eggs at Walmart, and I would do so without feeling guilty or ashamed. I would also make an effort to educate myself about factory